Months, weeks and days of political maneuverings, posturing, crisscrossing, placard waving and fence mending, it is now time for the well-known dance between the candidate and the electorate. This weekend in Ondo State, the electorate is king while the candidate is a supplicant. And on the side to orchestrate the dance is the umpire. Are the people ready? Are the candidates in buoyant mood? Will the elements align to deliver the wishes of the people in another litmus test for Nigeria's 21-year unbroken democratic experience? Ondo State offers its own laboratory for Nigeria's democratic journey. We await the outcome this weekend. This is Political Update reaching you from Akure, the Ondo State capital. I am Fisayo Ogunfuyi. Welcome. Now, stakeholders have called on the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to be transparent and put in place measures to ensure a free, fair, and credible elections. Let's take the report from stakeholders.
Been here for almost 1 week, trying to sensitize, trying to reach across to all stakeholders to make sure that every person comes out in mass to participate in this election. It's also a part of responsibility on the part of the media to also ensure that they play their role professionally, objectively, and independently to ensure that we'll have a very successful election on Saturday.
Young Africa knows that INEC has demonstrated commitment and readiness for this election. The level of preparations increased in all 8 local government areas based on reports from Young Africa's long-term observers deployed in the local government areas. Young Africa commends INEC for its resilience and determination to proceed with the election despite the 5,000 smart card readers destroying under a questionable fire incident at the INEC office in Abuja, which appears like an attempt to scuttle the Commission's preparedness and undermine its ability to conduct the polls.
We'll be providing support to our 600 polling unit observers. So on elections day, we have 600 observers deployed to the field, and 28 will be roving on elections day, with 18 in the local government areas.
So this is an election also where we have not seen a lot of character assassination, a lot of delegitimization of the electoral management body as in other elections. So if that has actually been done, then INEC must repay the people back by ensuring that deployments are properly handled, by ensuring that the staff welfare of their ad hoc staff in particular are catered for, and importantly, recognizing that the geography of this state is quite difficult. There are mountainous areas, there are riverine areas, so they should actually ensure that they deploy logistics properly to convey results back and timely to back to the collation center.
They don't come out to vote. Chances are for the polling units that they refuse to come out to vote, they will just open room for manipulation of results from those polling units. So they need to come out to protect their mandate. They need to come out also with the assurance that there are observer groups on ground, especially Young Africa, that has just observed the Edo State election. And then our promise to the people of Ondo is that we are going to ensure their votes count based on the kind of methodology we are deploying for this election.
Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has distributed sensitive materials to the 18 local government areas of Ondo State. Our own Doris Olumoko was there and filed this report.
The process is being observed by security personnel and the press.
So after now, we are moving the materials to the local governments, and from the local government, from the local governments tomorrow, they will move to the racks. From the racks early in the morning on Saturday, they will move to the polling units. That is the movement schedule. As you can see, we are fully ready for the elections. This is the highest point of our preparations, which is moving the materials. Of course, this is Central Bank Benin. We are now moving the materials to the local government, and from there it will move en route to, to the racks, and from the racks they are moving, to the polling units. So we are prepared. Of course, the security, you people, media are also monitoring it. State observers are inside. The political party agents at the state level, they are also inside. The security personnel will escort these materials to the local government. So we'll tell the public, the voters, that INEC is ready, we are prepared. Let them cooperate with us for us to have a violence-free election.
We apologize for that mix-up. That was the distribution of materials from Edo State. But in the course of the program, we'll bring you Doris Olumoko's report on the distribution of sensitive materials. In the course of this broadcast, we'll bring you that. But the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, has advised all officers and men of the police deployed for Saturday's governorship election in Ondo State to be professional and follow strictly the standard requirement for a peaceful election. He stated this while discussing with the officers as men and at the Nigerian Police Command here in Ondo State. Olubumi Roju was there and filed this report for us.
The Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, while addressing officers of the Ondo State Police Command, said the rationale behind the deployment of officers to the state is to tap from the experiences garnered in the recently concluded Edo election and also to proactively respond to the outcome of the intelligence reports arising from the election threat assessment. He also warned violence mongers to immediately desist from their uncharitable deviant activities or be prepared to face the consequences. He assured the electorate that their lives will be protected as they come out to exercise their electoral rights.
It's very important that you secure your polling unit, and those officers posted to the collection centers must be up and in to secure the place to make sure that nobody comes to disrupt the counting of the votes or the collection of the votes. Anything should happen at the collection center and the collection is disrupted, the officers that are posted at the collection centers will be held responsible.
Relatedly, the Ondo State Commissioner of Police, Bolaji Salami, has assured the IGP of the command stand to remain professional in the exercise of their statutory duties.
On behalf of officers and men of this command, including all our active and supportive agencies, may I, at this point, assure the IGP that Ondo State Command is much more than ready for this task.
The Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of research and planning at Deleye Oyibade, along other 11 commissioners, was deployed to Ondo State by the Inspector General of Police to supervise the general security arrangements before, during, and after the election.
All right, welcome to the studio, Mr. Dr. Gbenga Abibola of the Department of Mass Communication at Adekunle Ajasin University. I guess today is just 24 hours to D-Day in Ondo State. Here in Akure, the mood seems to be gearing towards what will happen tomorrow, Doctor.
Yes, you can see for yourself. You've gone out. You see that Ondo residents are in high spirits. They are ready to come out and vote, to come out and exercise their franchise. Remember, this election was well publicized and voter education was thorough, both from the umpire and the relevant stakeholders, the media, civil societies, and what have you. So people are well aware and they are ready. People have been told of the necessity for them to vote and the negative effect of they are not coming out to vote. So people are aware. So they are sufficiently enlightened to come out and vote. I've gone around the town today and I've seen that people are very much in high spirits. They are just waiting for the polling units to open tomorrow morning.
All right, in terms of what you've seen so far, we saw the discussions there between the IGP and his men. So far in terms of the mood in town, would you say security-wise everything is covered?
Yes, the security is. We should give kudos to security agencies. You see that right from yesterday, Thursday, everywhere had been well manned by security agents. The police, paramilitary, and the military. So they are in strategic locations and they are well positioned. In fact, you will see that even the campaigns, the build-up to this election was relatively peaceful. The issue of character assassination, the issue of violence was played to the background, even though we couldn't rule it out completely. But people have been assured that their security is guaranteed, that they should come out and vote. So people are ready to come out and vote, and people are not afraid because they have been told that the presence of the security should not scare them, that the security agents are there to protect them, are not there to intimidate them. So I want to believe that everything is under control, and you will see that even the patrol vans of security agencies, they are not making any noise. They are just moving freely, unlike before when you see that, the sirens are blaring. No, it's not like that this time around. I think, everybody has now come to terms to the effect that we are going to vote. We are not going to war. We are going to a contest. So that is it.
All right, let's look at the issue of logistics as rightly, raised by some of the election observers that have come from other parts of the country to monitor the exercise. Here, Ondo State offers different, terrains. You have mountainous regions in Idore, you have the water side, the Laje, Eseodo areas, and you have the volcanic areas of this world where, could be challenging in some areas. Logistically, what would be your word to the umpire at this time, especially in terms of, getting to those places quickly and then getting, of course, result back to the center?
Yes, it is input, output. I think INEC in Ondo State, INEC is well aware of the terrain. Of course, we have the plain lands, and we have the mountainous areas, and we have the riverine areas. And that is why INEC has moved the materials on time. You saw, as we will see, of the reports that have been given by the media, you see that as at yesterday, Thursday, the materials were distributed right on time. They were not distributed towards the evening or in the night. They were distributed in the full glare of all the stakeholders, including political parties and civil societies. And they started moving. So that shows that for those areas that are, what we call difficult terrain, quote and unquote, they know that they must move ahead to reach there on time. And if they do so, then they must also start on time to bring results back to Abuja.
Talking about distribution of materials, if Doris' report is ready for us now on the distribution of materials yesterday, as rightly noted by Doctor, let's take that report and then we'll come back to the studio.
From air security surveillance to ground policing, the security personnel were on ground to forestall any eventuality as INEC officials distributed sensitive election materials to electoral officers of each of the 18 local government areas of Ondo State. The materials, according to INEC, contain customized ballot papers for each of the local government areas to resist manipulation.
The result sheet runs down from ECA polling unit result sheet, which is customized to that unit, and the EC8B registration result sheet for collation at the registration, customized to that registration area as well.
As a matter of fact, one key thing that they just discussed with us is about the signature of the REC from EC8B and from EC86, and that one is being done by REC now right away, and that's what really happened in Edo State. And we are happy that that one is replicated here in Ondo State.
We think that's an improvement in the way to go about it, and that we have arrangement for seamless distribution without delays.
The materials are being moved to each of the 18 local government areas for Saturday's governorship election.
And talking about the electorate, what are their wishes concerning the candidate of their choice and what they want to happen to the ship of state for the next 4 years? Let's hear from indigenes of Ondo State.
I wish everybody to comport themselves in a very responsible way. They have to vote for their conscience, not making money-making type.
Our expectation is that the election must be free and fair. Anybody that can be our governor is a person that can, supply or meet the demand of the people.
Somebody that knows that girls can also be more. A person that wants girls to be more, and that's the kind of person I want. So there is not only guys that will be at the top, also women should also be at the top.
The kind of governor, the kind of man that I want to be our next governor should be a God-fearing person and the lover of the people. The person that is ready to listen and do the will of the people. Because I said a man after God's heart, because whoever is after God's heart will love to help the people and will love to develop the community.
We are in this state and we have assessed all those candidates based on their campaign promises, the party manifestos, and so we expect that the people will by now, having assessed them, will know the right person to vote for. And for me, I think I need someone who is intelligent, someone who is calm, who is cool, who is accessible, who will not come and lord over us, someone who will work for the people. I have assessed them, I have listened to their campaigns, and I know who to vote for on Saturday.
Somebody that will alleviate the sufferings of the people. It's as simple as that.
An interesting part of that Vox Pop is the part about the youths and their expectation. And youths have a chunk of the population here in Ondo State, as it is also in other parts of Nigeria. So what exactly is the involvement of youths in politics in Ondo State? We have this special report.
Youths between the ages of 18 to 35 represent almost 67% of the voting age population in Nigeria, and this is why their inclusion in the electoral process is inevitable to achieving a sustainable democratic governance in the country. Research shows that despite the growing evidence of youth activism and mobilization, Nigerian youths are yet to achieve the level of inclusion required in making their representation valuable in politics.
Anybody that's even coming that does not consider the youth in the process of election, we have issues. Because most things that is being done during the election or probably before the election is done by youth.
However, slogans like vote not fight and election no be war, which are meant to sensitize youths on the dangers inherent in election violence, vote buying, hate speech, and to resist any attempt by some politicians to lure them into any wrong, are gradually yielding positive results.
Youth are the ones who are supposed to go out there and educate people on the evil attached to vote buying.
For religious bodies and other concerned individuals, youths should dissipate their energy towards something meaningful rather than allowing politicians to use them as weapons of destruction.
Please be disciplined, not to engage in anything that can truncate the peace we are enjoying in the state.
Youth must not use themselves for political talk, because we believe that the youth of today is the leader of tomorrow.
Also, since 2019, when President Muhammadu Buhari signed into law the Not Too Young to Run bill, records by the National Youth Organization shows that youth candidacy for elective positions have increased from 21% in 2015 to 34.2% as evident in the 2019 general elections. Now that the Ondo State governorship election is here, how are the youths faring, and how relevant is their roles in this democratic process?
They have the strength to mobilize people via social media.
We are vocal, we are energetic, we can speak for ourselves. They should please try and carry us along. It is not all about fighting alone.
Stakeholders are calling on youths not to accept any inducement to sell their votes during elections or engage in any electoral malpractice that can undermine credibility of the outcome of election and weaken democratic governance.
All right, Dr. Abimbola is still here. Do you say they want to be involved?
Yes.
Not just as cannon fodder as it has been in the past, but to actively engage the process, participate in the process, and even in some cases come to the podium as candidates.
Yes, Fisayo, you see that, the election, interestingly, the youths, they are very active. They are very active. I mean, the last part of your statement that even coming to the podium, we have seen some of them who are already on the podium, even who have presented themselves as candidates for this election. And they have campaigned around the state, and they have also come to public debates to also sell themselves, just like their other counterparts who are older than them. So to that extent, we see that though the youths are very active, and the political space in Ondo State is open to them as well. But like one of the respondents said, that the youths should not just be relegated to being used as tools for violence. They should be rightly positioned, because they are energetic, they are very, very intelligent, and they can think fast. In fact, the kind of energy and the brains and the knowledge that our youth are deploying to negative activities, if they are redirected, Nigeria will overtake China in technology. I think this is what we now need, that the youths, of course, here in Ondo State, we've been telling the youths that any politician that is asking you out to come and be a thug, first ask him, where is your own son? Where is your own daughter? First ask him, is your own daughter going to follow us or your son going to follow us? So you should know that that politician doesn't like you. So these are issues. And I think the youths, of course, they are the largest in terms of the voting population because of their age, whatever. No children are not, they are not ripe for voting. And the elderly people, not many of them will be able to come out, so to say. But the youths, they are mobile. So therefore, the political space should be opened up more for them. And politicians should know that anything they do with the youth will determine either positive or negative reward they will get. So I think I support that the youths should be given their fair share of the national political space. Mind you, all these things that we are talking about, anybody who is above 25 or somebody who is 30 years old, there are many things that will be going on in his or her mind that he or she can do for us. I mean, it is not until you occupy the seat of governor. I think we should begin to really groom them and educate them and prepare them for leadership at different levels.
Thank you, Dr. Abimbola. Dr. Abimbola will be part of the studios for Ondo State Decide, which will open, of course, later today at 4:30. Who come to the Nigerian Television Authority, where we give you every angle concerning Ondo Decide. We're right, of course, here in Akure already to give you the news, reviews, previews, and interviews. My name is Fisayo Ogunfi. Thanking you for being a part of it. Bye for now. And, of course, the Ondo State, this Ondo Decide studio will open later in the day. Be part of it. Bye-bye now.